My name is Adugnaw Worku, known as Adugnaw Worku among Ethiopians. Before we start this show, I want to thank every donor from the bottom of my heart for making this dream school a reality. The school is changing lives in profound ways, and the farmers and their children are very grateful. Thank you. On Sunday, November 23, 2014, my wife Zoditu and I, along with some friends, headed for my old village on a bumpy gravel road. I was born in a small hut in rural Ethiopia in the northwest part of the country. I was the firstborn in the family, and when I turned 7, I became a shepherd, which was customary for boys in that culture. I was a shepherd from age 7 to 12, herding sheep and goats every day, all day. At age 12, I handed over the shepherding assignment to my younger brother, and I joined my father on the family farm. We plowed with oxen, and it was quite a chore. At age 15, I had an accident. I was walking with a group of friends at night through bush country, and the person who was walking in front of me pulled a thorny branch and let it fly without warning me. And I was struck on the left eye. That accident left me blind with a scratched cornea, a destroyed lens, and also disfigured me with a cataract. So the family decided to send me to the nearest city in search of medical care. I walked for 2 whole days with a group of merchants, and I reached Debre Tabor. In Debre Tabor, there was an Adventist mission compound which had a school, a church, and a hospital. I went to the hospital. The missionary doctor looked at my eye. He couldn't help me. So I was disappointed. But in my disappointment, I was looking around, and I noticed the students in the school. Young students, older students, and when I looked at them, I knew instinctively that they had something better that I did not have. And right there and then, I decided to go to school. And I wanted to go to school like they were. But how? I didn't have any money. I didn't have my parents' permission. It was, in human terms, impossible. So I asked people for help. I prayed to God to answer my prayer so I could go to school. And to make a long story short, at age 15 and a half, I got a chance to go to school. Fast forward, today, I hold 3 graduate degrees and an honorary doctorate. I'm currently Director of Library Services at Pacific Union College in Northern California. And I knew that the only gift that would lift them up. And that would lift them out of poverty and superstition and ignorance would be the same gift that I received, the gift of education. In 2009, I got an opportunity with the help of a lot of people to build a school in my village. Today, there are about 500 students, half of them girls. The main purpose for our trip was to visit the school we recently built there. On the way to my village, we passed farmlands and beautiful scenery. "12 miles before we reached my village, a welcoming party made up of mostly youth eagerly and enthusiastically met us. The advanced welcoming party led us to the county assembly hall, where hundreds of people and a musical band were waiting for our arrival. After a brief introductory speech, formally welcoming us, we continued traveling to my village.
አመሰግናለሁ። ክቡር ፕሮፌሰር አዱኛ ወርቁ፣ የተከበራችሁ የክቡር ፕሮፌሰር አዱኛ ወርቁ ቤተሰቦች
About a mile before we reached my village, we saw hundreds of people lining up on both sides of the road. They were chanting and waving colorful flags and welcoming signs. Priests were beating drums and chanting.
This is overwhelming.
Women were ululating. The mule men were in full display, riding their colorfully decorated mules.
I am speechless, literally speechless. These are our students.
And everyone tried to shake hands with us. Young men and women were singing and dancing while shouting, "Welcome, welcome, welcome." Musicians played their traditional instruments and sang. Men, women, youth, and children chanted in unison, saying, "We love you, we admire you, we're proud of you, we respect you, you are our hero, you changed our lives. Thank you, thank you, thank you."
Thanks, Professor. Thanks, Professor. We respect you. We admire you. We respect you. Thanks, Professor.
I owe my parents who I am today personally and professionally.
Right after entering the school compound, we toured the campus and the various buildings.
አቶ ንጉሴ የተሰሩትን ስራዎች ያስጎበኙናል። አመሰግናለሁ። አሁን ወደ ቤተ መጻሕፍት
Sodium acetate and hydrogen gas release. When hydrogen gas release, it forms foam.
It was heartwarming to watch students doing science experiments and PowerPoint presentations.
An electronic device which...
It was obvious that serious learning was taking place in that rural school. Solar-powered electricity and a generator backup makes it possible to use technology in that remote school. The school has a water well in the compound, and the well provides clean water for faculty, staff, and students. 2 outhouses with 4 stalls each on campus, and there is 1 outhouse for faculty and staff. The water well and the outhouses are significant amenities in rural Ethiopia. The crowd in attendance was estimated to be 6,000 strong. The mood was festive and upbeat.
በተጨማሪ እንዲሰጥ በማድረጉ አቶ ማረጉ ጨን እንዲሆን አመሰግናለሁ። በጣም ምስጋና ይሰማኛል። ከዚህ አስቀጥሎ የምናገረው ነው የማቀርበው ለክቡር ፕሮፌሰር አዱኛው ወርቁ በመጀመሪያ በኔና በገላም
A farmer, a nun, a housewife spoke eloquently, thanking us for the gift of education. The farmers and their children know the value of education, and they pay enormous sacrifices to get this education. The young man in the picture, and many others like him, walk 6 hours a day to attend school. They get up at 4 a.m. and walk for 3 hours to get to school. And they walk back home for 3 hours after school.
In our country, there were many problems.
This young lady is a senior this year, and she is a 4.0 student. If she was not in school, she would be married and would most likely be a mother of 2 by now.
ክቡር ፕሮፌሰር አዱኛው ወርቁ፣ ክቡራትና ክቡራን፣ በዛሬው ዕለት እዚህ
Ethiopians are very social and physical people. Warmly hugging and kissing loved ones and friends is a common ritual anywhere in the country. I was privileged to experience and enjoy this age-old ritual during my last visit. The community gave us many gifts and many hugs and kisses. It was truly unforgettable. A couple of guests that went with us also spoke about the significance of the school.
But believe me when I tell you that Professor Worku and I do not get welcomes like this in California, so thank you very much.
ፕሮፌሰር ወርቁ እና እኔ እንደዚህ ያለ ሰው የሚቀበለን ካሊፎርኒያ እናገኝምና በጣም ነው የምናመሰግናቸው።
I know that each one of you are here because you place a high value on education.
ትምህርት ዋጋ አለው ብላችሁ ስለምታስቡ ነው ያላችሁ ዛሬ እዚህ።
And without your support, this would not be a successful school.
ሁላችሁ ተባብራችሁ ባትረዱ ኑሮ እንደዚህ ያለ ጥሩ ትምህርት ቤት አይሆንም ነበር።
Finally, it was my turn to speak. I started my speech with heartfelt gratitude for an indescribable homecoming and the warmest welcome ever. I wished I had the ability to stop the sun that day so I could visit with my childhood friends and relatives and enjoy the moment for a while longer. Meeting some of my childhood friends for the first time in 50 years was simply awesome.
The one on my right was my favorite guy. Very helpful with kids. He loved kids, he helped kids, just a good guy, plain and simple. This guy on my left was the guy who caused my eye accident. His story, I think, is plausible. He says he was wearing long-sleeved shirt. That thorny branch got hold of his shirt sleeve, and as he kept walking, it snapped back. And that's when I was injured. So he's now an old guy, and these Ethiopian men and women, when they reach a certain age, give themselves completely to God, consider themselves dead to the world, and this is a symbol of that.
We hugged, we kissed, we cried, and we laughed, all at the same time. Some of my childhood friends and my favorite cousin have gone blind. We promised them we would try to help.
This building is named after my beloved teacher, Adugnaw Worku, Professor Adugnaw Worku, an outstanding teacher, an outstanding administrator, a well-known author. I can go on and on.
Following that, we visited the clinic nearby to see if volunteer doctors can perform cataract surgery and dental treatment. We hope and pray that we would be able to take eye doctors and dentists to help those rural people who are truly helpless. The rural boys and girls who are practical and technical need a vocational school desperately. We hope to meet that need also. On our return trip, I saw a farmer hard at work, and that brought back memories. So I took the plow, and I remembered what it was like to do this job all day, every day. I have a great deal of respect for those farmers who plow with oxen from dawn to dusk. Going home was special, and it was even more special when I saw those people on all sides chanting, singing, and being very happy. And we're grateful to be part of this life-changing gift. The gift of education.